Hi, I'm Victoria Gonzalez.
And I'm Ryan Cotadus. This is our research project on the invasive species lionfish. After doing extensive research on our invasive species and finding reliable sources such as National Geographic and the National Marine Sanctuary, and researching the impacts of invasive lionfish, we have gathered this important information about lionfish.
Although lionfish may seem cute or pretty with all their colors, they may be very dangerous if released into almost any body of water. The scientific name of the lionfish is Turoi volitans. It's a predator species that has a very unique look to it. The lionfish can't be missed in the oceans with its maroon or brownish red body color, covered with vertical white lines that wrap around its body from head to tail. On its head, you can see various tentacles that come out of it, called appendages. It has big fan-like fins. The fish also has 13 long spikes or spines that come out of its sides, 10 of them being soft and 7 hind spines. These spines are what makes the lionfish stand out from other fish and make it recognizable to anyone who dives or knows any basic things about venomous fish. The lionfish also has venom that comes out of its spines. Although it may not seem like they have it, lionfish have scales that are oval in shape. On average, adult male lionfish can be up to 18 inches long and have up to 18 venomous spines in its body.
Lionfish are native to the South Pacific and Indian Ocean, where there is warm water. They inhabit mangroves, seagrass, or coral reefs, or shipwrecks depending on their location. According to the website National Geographic, lionfish inhabit the following areas: Western Australia, Malaysia, East France, Polynesia, the United Kingdom's Pitcairn Islands, north to southern Japan, southern Korea, and south to Lord Howe Island off of the east coast of Australia, and the Kermadec Islands of New Zealand. Also, the fish have migrated to parts of the Caribbean where they inhabit corals. They can also be found in the coast of Venezuela, which is located in the north of South America, where the spear hunting of the fish is a very popular sport.
These are some of the issues surrounding the species. Scientists haven't quite figured out when the waters of Florida began getting invaded by these animals, but they have various theories. One theory is that the entire population is derived from the release of 6 lionfish that were accidentally let in the Florida coast near Biscayne Bay when Hurricane Andrew hit in 1985. Other people think that people who own aquariums let the fish go when they realized they were killing and eating everything in the tank, since lionfish can be predators to nearly 100 different species of fish.
Lionfish's primary food source are different kinds of fish, with a similar diet to other predator fish like snappers and groupers. Since lionfish have no natural predators to worry about, they eat the fish that other fish eat, thus reducing the population of fish in a typical coral reef, which results in the abandonment of the reefs, since there is no longer healthy competition for food, which leaves fish dying or looking for other places to find their food. Scientists have found out that a single lionfish, on average, can get rid of 79% of a fish population in a coral reef, and to make matters worse, lionfish can reproduce year-round and lay up to 17,000 eggs at a time, which increases their survival rate by a lot if there are no other fish around to hinder their growth, and also have a lifespan of up to 30 years. This not only negatively impacts the coral reefs, but hurts commercial fishing since the natural life surrounding the reefs is gone.
As lionfish population grows, it makes a big impact on already dying coral reefs, since they have to deal with the fish that leave and create an unstable ecosystem. On top of that, there are environmental changes that have been increasing due to pollution. Things like overheating the earth and heating of ocean waters also impact corals. This is impacting many fish populations since they are forced to migrate, die, or starve, since lionfish have no room for any competition. With the disappearance of the herbivore fish, which is one of the species of fish that the lionfish eat, algae on the coral starts to grow uncontrollably since there are no fish to keep it in check, and thus kills the coral over time. They can also pose a danger to other mammals that inhabit the coral reefs since their venom can hurt them and even kill them. This can also hurt humans, like divers, in rare occasions.
These are some actions we can take to remedy the issue of lionfish. According to National Geographic and the National Marine Sanctuary, there is no sort of permit or license required to hunt and spear lionfish, which encourages the hunt of the animals in order to promote the well-being of other fish and corals. Locally, some dive shops in Florida host their own lionfish derbies and lionfish removal days, where they encourage people to go out and get as many lionfish as they can. Lionfish can also be cooked and eaten, so the hunting would not let them go to waste. Hunting prevents the death of corals and creates an easy access to food for people anywhere. Also, big companies like Publix, Whole Foods, and Guy Harvey, as well as the FWC, have worked together to create awareness by making platters from the fish and selling it, as well as putting it on display or for sale at events like the Lionfish Derbies. Also, special traps have been designed, called second-generation dome traps, that can be used to hunt the fish and not harm the other fish ecosystems that are surrounding the area. The trap is made of two half hoops that are connected, which permit movement from horizontal to vertical positioning, which make it easier to retrieve.
The species is a great threat that can also be regulated and kept under control, since it not only impacts the fish it hunts, but it drives away whole species which leave corals desolate and unneutralized. Thus, coral reefs are diminishing every year, and without them the ocean biodiversity will greatly suffer. We have taken action to control the areas of lionfish and continue to do so, as well as create awareness.
Thank you for watching our project.